Basic, right, okay.
Au contraire, mon capitaine! He's back!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Riker's Beard Live. It's absolutely delightful to join you here from sunny Kent this evening. I'm Richard, I'll be your host for this evening. I'm also in charge of temporal violations on the good ship Riker's Beard, and I have been for some time. To my right is my colleague James.
That one, haven't you?
Hello.
How you doing, James? And beneath me is the lovely Carl. How the devil are you, Carl?
I'm good, thank you, gents.
The standard question always this is like, what have you been up to? Not just what have you been up to this week. What have you been up to in the world of Trek this week? Well, this is a Star Trek show. We've got to talk about it some portion. I've got to be honest with you. I've not had a chance to watch any Star Trek at all this week. And I'm not even wearing a Star Trek hat. I'm wearing my Nostromo cap. Which
let me get my Star Trek hat. Hang on.
Yeah. There we go. Make Cardassia great again. So, James.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Apart from whatever virus my children have brought home from school.
Marvellous. What Star Trek have you been watching this week?
Not very much, but this evening I have been able to watch an episode of Deep Space Nine, which is called the Sons of Moog. It's when Kern turns up on DS9 when Worf is there.
And how's Downton Abbey?
Well, I saw 1 minute and 21 seconds of it last night because something was wrong with it, so we gave up.
You failed to follow the instructions, so I'll clue you up on those when we finish the chat.
Well, you said look at another version, but we'd already started another film by then.
Well, the latest Downton Abbey is Star Trek related, so we can talk about it because Michael Giacchino is in it, and he's obviously in the new series Starfleet Academy, so it's fantastic to. He's my favourite actor at the moment, so I'm generally thrilled about that.
And the ongoing good news is we think Tilly is only in it for one episode at most.
And also she gets cut apart like the poor Borg kid did.
What a shame.
Yeah, they slice and dice her on a table. It's sad. Carl, how the devil are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
And what Star Trek have you been watching this week?
Well, I've not had a chance to watch any. However, what I have had is a request from my middle child, William, he said the other day, "Oh, Daddy, I want to watch some Trek with you." I was like, brilliant, because a couple of weeks ago we had a chance to sit down and watch some, and we watched a few of the animated series. And this time he said, "Can we watch some from the 60s?"
Ooh.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can, my boy. As soon as I have a spare moment, we will watch some Star Trek from the 60s.
So you've been watching some Toz. Lovely.
Well, not as yet, but we will be. It's
Okay, so-
scheduled.
Where are you going to dip in there, Carl? I
Yeah,
mean,
where
are
are
you
you going to go?
Are you going to start at the beginning, or are you going to go for the best first, or are you going to show him Spock's brain, or what?
You can't go straight in with the cage. You
No,
can't.
no, I'm not going to go in with the cage, but I think you can probably get away with the man trap.
Might be a bit. How old is he?
Oh, he's 7.
Seven?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't you go Trouble with Tribbles or something?
Yeah,
Good
Trouble with Tribbles
Good
would be a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
But
with a
don't-
little plot and whimsy.
But do not waste the city on the edge of forever until he's old enough to appreciate it.
No, absolutely not.
Right, let's delve into the comments. Good evening
Yes.
to Gary. If you're first time watching the show, or even if you've watched it before and not said hi and what, please do say hello. This is a interactive show. We love to know your name, where you're from. We don't want your social security number or your mother's maiden name, but please do tell us
We do.
your favourite Star Trek character, series, film, and where you're joining us from.
And then we'll tell you why you're wrong.
Good evening, Christoph. How are you doing? Good evening, James. How are you doing? Good evening, Mark. Are we recovered from Warp 1? I hope you are. It looked like you had a fabulous time, mate. Nadim, hey, buddy. How are you? Amanda. Hey, Amanda. I've not forgotten your offer, by the way. I literally just have not had actually. I'll talk about this later on, trying to make the decision whether to rush finish my book in time for Christmas or just plough on at the bitty rate I can at the moment.
I'll see if I can start my book before Christmas.
Well, we've got to work on next year's annual. We're going to call
And the annual.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You're writing a book as well, are you, James? What are you writing a book about?
Well, I'd rather not say what it's about. It's a very clever plot premise. I've been working on it for about 3
He's
years.
writing Victorian filth again, isn't he? Tipping the velvet. Hello, Alan. How you doing, buddy? Can enjoy the memes. Okay. Rashid. Hi, buddy. How you doing? From London. Christoph, the Corbynite maneuver. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the First Federation? They never come back again, do they, with their enormous balls?
No, you've lost me on that one.
In the Corbynite maneuver,
Yes.
where they face off against the First
Yes.
Federation ship, which is Balok's ship,
Yes.
and it looks like the size of a planet compared to the Enterprise. We never see the First Federation again, do we?
But they're not the first Federation from Earth, though, are they? They were from...
No, they're a different Federation, but
Yeah,
that's what they're
different.
called.
Well, they're the wrong kind of Federation, weren't they?
And who's this?
That's that weird baby.
Yes, Balok. Never mind. Carry on.
So, in the world of Trek, we've got, I believe, the launch date or the launch airing date of Starfleet Academy, which is going to be on the 15th of January.
Ooh.
It falls, I believe, on a Thursday. So, I think we'll have to have pizza at mine, James.
It's the rules. In fact, I've checked. It's not only the rules, it's the law.
Oh, actually, my weird brain is saying the 15th isn't a Thursday. Let me just double check it. Let's hope it's not a Wednesday or we're in trouble.
Oh no, could you have a gig?
Worse than that, pool match.
Oh,
It is a Thursday. I was right. We're fine. We're good. It's okay. It's a Thursday. It's the Thursday directly after my birthday. Thursday the 15th of January. Yes, we're all good. So yes, we can have pizza from mine. I will be ordering pizza with pineapple on. I like it. I enjoy it.
well, you know, everyone's got his own kink.
I've got more than one.
But they all include pineapple.
I like the way they come in rings.
That rules out Malcolm Reed, of course, because we know he's allergic to it.
This was the episode where they, for his birthday,
Yep.
they temporarily cured him of his allergy just so they could make him a pineapple cake. Is that right?
That's all.
Like, wow, what a birthday. You could have got me in a rhyme, slave girl, you know. But no, you temporarily cured me of
I
my
could eat pineapple.
Thank you so much, because it's my favourite food. How would you know it's your favourite food? You've never eaten it before, because it would kill you. So how does he know it's his favourite?
And we also learn, of course, that his dad is Lieutenant Gruber from Hello Hello.
Yes. And
Yes,
and fly around the galaxy in his little tank.
Who was it?
Clarence, bring around the little tank.
I saw another one. Whose dad did I see in The Big Bang Theory? That's right. Julian Bashir's dad is in The Big Bang Theory. He plays
Yes.
Raj's dad.
Raj's dad. Yes, they do get a good Star Trek mention in the episode he's in. It's pretty good. God, fancy that! Lieutenant Gruber turning out to be your dad. That's brilliant. This is little tank.
Oh, I met Lieutenant Gruber once. I may have told you the story. I went to the War and Peace show at the hop farm in Kent.
I
was walking around a row
don't
of
think I've
tanks.
ever told you, James. I
Yeah.
exhibited there once.
Did you?
I was an exhibitor. Yeah,
were you
genuinely.
exhibiting?
Do your story first, and I'll tell you how I end. I've never told you this, but I'll tell you.
I walked around a row of
It's a
tanks.
funny story involving a German.
Just around this corner, there's a whole bunch of people sitting at a table signing autographs, and it was pretty much the entire surviving cast of Hello Hello, and they were all in costume.
Oh, wow.
All of them. And I only had like £10 cash on me, I think, so I had to choose who I would have an autograph with if I was going to have one at all. So obviously it had to be Gruber, didn't it?
It had to be. You have a little tank you could sit on.
What a charming man he was. And I told him how I'd spotted him in an episode of Enterprise and gone, "That's Lieutenant Gruber!" And he was thrilled by that.
And he's not actually German, is he?
He's American.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he's a
Really? I bet that had you in stitch. I bet you were like, what? You're not German or
This
American?
proves what a brilliant actor you are.
Very good actor. And I spotted him obviously in Enterprise, but also he was in Pirates of the Caribbean. He was the Dock Master.
Yes, the Dock Master. Yes.
Yeah, he's a very good actor.
Oh.
Yes, so I may well have been there the year that you were, and we never crossed paths. So I was exhibiting in the British Army section.
With your little tank?
I was with my mate Rambo. And
Ladies and gentlemen, any story that involves Richard's friend Rambo is comedy gold.
There's a certain amount I can say about this, but one of the exhibitors, I was there basically because I had to bring someone along because it was their stag night. Or rather, it was the exhibitor's stag night and I had to bring along some entertainment. So I was tasked with picking up the entertainment.
Was it a Bren gun?
It wasn't a Bren gun. she wasn't a Bren gun, but I had to pick her up. Drive her into the War and Peace show in her outfit and drive her right up to where the exhibiting was and then into a private tent for the show to take place.
At 08:30 hours, there will be a magic show.
She put on a good show. She was a very good show. But the funny thing was in the evening, have you heard about how the rank structure with the exhibitors works? It's like, honestly, if it was like this at Star Trek conventions,
yes.
So you have to earn your rank.
Star Trek conventions because everybody's a captain, aren't they?
Yeah. So you can't just do that at these proper War and Peace show conventions. You can't. You have to earn your stripes and ranks and all the rest of it. And they have proper officers' parties where only the officers are allowed in. And then you have like the grunt parties which is literally straw on the floor and all the rest. I mean, it's all good fun. Well, everything's good fun, but literally they'll only let the officers into certain stuff.
I'll be down in the sergeant's mess, spanners, same as usual.
But the reason they do it is to make sure they get enough people to play the Germans. Because if you're anyone can declare themselves as a German officer and get into the officers' parties. So you can dress up what you want, but you can't just dress up as a British officer at these things unless you've earned the rank within the certain societies. So that way they get a good balance of German and British officers. I got absolutely shit faced.
I'll tell you what's handy about that, Richard, is that you know how my father recently passed, and I'm clearing out his house. Well, do you remember that episode of Father Ted where they go into that priest's back room and it's a shrine to the Third Reich? Yeah, I found some things, and if we want to be German officers, I've got the gear now.
Okay, I mean that's good to know.
Schnell, raus, Doppelkopf, Achtung, Spitfire.
Yes, the parties were very cliquey, and I tried to get into one of the officers' parties. I had no idea this amount of was going on, and this chap on the door of the tent attempted to stop me from going in, and I genuinely thought he was putting on like an act, as part of the thing. And no, I was 5 or 6 pints down by then. And he proper tried to put me in alarm lock and walk me out the way. So I just put him on the ground. I mean, it wasn't a choke slam. I put my foot behind him and just put him straight down on the floor. But I did it. I caught him on the way down and did it gently. And this guy was going, PMs, MPs, where the MPs, get this man off of me and all the rest of it. But these aren't real army people. They didn't know what to do. They absolutely panicked like you. I felt a bit bad about it afterwards, but there we are. Right. Okay.
No, I have a problem in that, occasionally I dress up as the Brigadier from Unit for Doctor Who things.
Yes.
Well, I have a Sam Brown. The Sam Brown is, for uneducated viewers, it's the leather shoulder holster thing that goes over your shoulder and around your waist to hold up your sword and your pistol. But I'm afraid I'm a bit bigger than when I first acquired it. And it's broken.
Shrank.
I need to find a leather worker to extend it for me.
Oh, a bit of elastic do you find there?
Yeah.
Hey, Ruth, glad to have you on board. Right, okay, let's do the which is exactly what they're expecting us to do, which is exactly what we won't do.
We attack under cover of daylight, straight across the minefield. It's the last thing Jerry will be expecting.
Good luck against those elephants.
Nothing funny about being in the Women's Auxiliary Balloon Corps, Blackadder.
Back to Star Trek.
Do you have to?
Yeah, please, in the comments. Obviously, we're excited to see James and I. We get together. There's a new series coming out. Well, not just a new series, but it's a new season coming out. James and I normally get together and have a pizza. Sadly, Carl's a bit of a long drive away to do that with us.
It'll be cold by the time I get there.
And the last time we did it, of course, was Section 31, and we were horrendously let down by that, weren't we?
Well, we did it at the start of the new series of Strange New Worlds. Gary came over, and in fact, I believe Gary he had some of the pizza that had pineapple on it. And was happy to do so. So, I'm genuinely interested to know, what do you have like a ritual when not a new episode, I mean, an episode's an episode now. It's not quite the big event it used to be, but when it's the new start of a new season or the start of a new show, so you're not at the cinema, you sat at home, is there like a favourite wine that you have? Favourite cup of tea? Do you make a cup of Earl Grey? Do you order a pizza with pineapple on it? Do you get your favourite packet of sweet Thai chili crisps? What's your ritual? What is it you like to do what's your treat?
D's nuts.
D's nuts?
Yes.
Is that a brand or a growth?
Yes, yeah, it's a brand of nuts, yeah. D's nuts. Look them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We obviously like pizza. Just jumping into the comments here. Graham says Strange New Worlds is now on ITVX app.
Removing yet another reason to sign up to Paramount.
Christoph says his ritual for New Trek is to watch on the first evening. So you just get it down to you as quick as you can. Fair enough. Ruth drinks black coffee.
Wait, hang on. Eat pineapple, drink black coffee. Yeah, okay, right.
Agadoo. I'm genuinely not sure.
I think it's free to watch, but I think you have to sign up to their app, and you also have adverts inflicted on you.
I quite like. Do you know, I like watching stuff with adverts. Just to really annoy my kids so they can feel the pain I used to have to feel when I was their age. So I like watching stuff with adverts. And at the USS Nesby get together at the captain's place and eat and watch on her 17-inch screen.
There's a couple of issues with that. Firstly, there's a missing apostrophe, and I'd
Yeah.
expect better from you, Alan. But also, 70-inch screen, Richard? Hey.
Mine might be marginally bigger than that. But size isn't important. Genuinely, I've got a fucking kick-ass sound system, which
It's not what you've got, it's where you stick it.
my sound system. I do have a horrendously huge screen, but my sound system is not just premium; it's premiumly calibrated. But I'm sure hers is perfectly good as well, and you enjoy it. James says it's free. Graham says it's free. And D says, leave my nuts out of it.
He's nuts!
It's free, yeah. I mean, I'd be interested genuinely for those that are watching that are into their home cinema. One of the most frustrating things I found about the Paramount Plus app is the fact that you can't get it in properly Dolby Digital. You have to get it in mixed stereo. So to watch it in its premium version in the UK, the only way is to watch it illegally. That's insane. Why? And that's been for 5 years now. They still haven't changed it. It's insane. So I'd be interested to see on ITVX whether it's the proper version with Dolby Digital or not. So we'll see. Christoph says, my office's meeting has an 86-inch screen since we're... Okay, so the biggest one we ever used to have...
of the ship, it's the motion of the ocean, Christoph.
The biggest we've had... Do you remember when I had my place in Minnis Bay, James?
I remember it well.
Do you remember the size of the thing we used to watch Star Trek on there?
Oh.
How many inches would you say that was?
Well, it wasn't measured in inches, it was in feet.
It was in feet.
Yeah.
That was a special viewing room that I had in that house. That was,
Out of interest, Richard, I was looking at inflatable projector screens earlier, just out of fun, thinking maybe it's time for outdoor cinema club with the kids because it's winter. It gets dark by 4:00.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it. It's cold. I really don't like being cold.
But we can have a fire and we can make s'mores.
I don't know. I'd rather be indoors. Sorry.
And also, I can have films where people aren't getting eaten by sharks most of the time, like Jaws.
Joe, my daughter loves
love
the
that.
film. She loves Jaws, and she's loved it from about the age of 7 when I first made her watch it. She really does like it.
Yeah, and people are only being eaten for a small proportion of the film.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant film. Well, I haven't watched Jaws in a while. There's another film I was thinking I haven't watched that in a while.
No, I was looking at projector screens earlier because every Halloween I like to have my holographic ghosts outside the house, and I'm looking at putting some different holographic screening material up outside the house, and it's all becoming far too difficult.
Yeah, I've done that a few times, and now I don't have the space to have my projector up to its maximum girth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking at outdoor projector screens, etc., and I use it for Halloween every year to do the do you know what? I just can't be arsed anymore. I don't want to sit outside in the cold and watch a film. I've got a massive telly indoors and a better sound system indoors. So,
if we do that in our garden, all our neighbours can watch it as well.
Lucky neighbours. Rashid has a 75-inch. So, I do like Samsung TVs. Good brand. Good brand.
But Rashid, what about if you decided to watch Discovery on it? I mean, what a waste of time that would be.
James, he watches it on his Wii phone.
Is
He's
that
Scottish. That means small. That's small.
It's a Scottish word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch it in little phone. Ruth watches. Ruth, do you watch the season opener on your iPad? Oh, are you? Oh, James's favourite movie ever. I've got to be honest with you, James. It's going to be a hard discussion for someone to convince me that Jaws is not the best film ever made. I wouldn't say it's my favourite movie ever, but I would argue it is probably the best movie that's ever been made. For a multitude of reasons that we won't go into because it's a Star Trek show. But, James, length or girth more important when choosing a TV? When choosing a TV, for me, it's down to what's on offer when I need one. No, bit rate, the colour on the TV is the most important thing to me. Jaws came out in 1975, the year I was born, so I'm 50. The music is going to have. I've always enjoyed the music. So, well, I've got a funny story I can say about watching Jaws, but it's not Star Trek related, so maybe later. It does involve me naked with a towel whipping a spider. But watched some season 1 disco this week. Oh, you didn't have to, mate. Ruth says no. Presumably not watching the season openers. And Rashid says Discovery looks amazing on my 75-inch TV too, James. Do you know some of the visual effects shots in the first season of Discovery when the Klingon War broke out were pretty amazing. I bet they look fantastic. Dee says, are any of you going to meet Richard Dreyfuss at London Comic Con in November? Well, that's an interesting proposition. I was going to speak about this evening with James to see if he fancied this or not, because James and I we're very lucky we have standing guest invitation for London Comic Con.
Right, sorry everyone, I thought I'd fixed the computer, but it broke again.
So James, you were planning a meet-up in November in London?
Yes, the 29th of November, Saturday.
Is that when London Comic Con is on?
No, that's a week or two earlier.
Well, that's an ask, because Richard Dreyfuss is at London Comic Con.
Well, wasn't he due at it in the summer and he cancelled that?
But he's due now in November.
Well, he might cancel that as well.
Can we not arrange our meet-up to be around Comic Con?
Well, we can, but the problem is we've arranged it so that we can accommodate dear Gary, and Gary's very important to us, and we want to be able to bring him along, and he's stuck in a wheelchair because of his incident.
Well, either way.
I mean, maybe we could go to LFCC anyway, but also do the 29th of November.
Yeah, I'd like to meet Richard Dreyfuss.
Have you seen how much it's likely to cost you? I'll look it up. You keep talking. I'll go and research it.
James, bear in mind that you and I generally don't have to pay to meet people at London Film and Comic Con.
Don't tell everybody.
I'm not throwing my weight around here, but the fact that we have our own table and sell our own T-shirts.
I do charge for autographs.
And do charge for autographs. Have we? No, I've never charged for autographs. Christoph.
Right, £80 for an autograph with Richard Dreyfuss. £95 for a green screen photo shoot. So hopefully they leave the green screen in so you can put whatever you like in. £195 for a diamond pass. Wow.
Amanda says, I've been watching some season 2. Oh, that's the one. Isn't that the one with the dodgy episode when they had the writer's strike? So they had the flashback. Was that season 3? Is that season 3 or season 2?
That's the last episode of season 2.
Here's the last episode
2. So we're out of budget, so we'll just do a flashback episode.
Pre-beard.
No, season 2 is Beard.
Oh, it is Beard. I thought 3 was Beard.
No. Season 2 is Beard.
Rashid is not going to Comic Con for the first time. That's a shame. I think Richard cancelled the past 2 times. Well, we do have a standing invitation, but we don't always go. We do enjoy every time we go. Oh, you mean Richard Dreyfuss? It's probably a bit more important. Yeah, only 70 quid. Good evening, all. Better late than fucking never.
Oh, language, Timothy.
Ruth doesn't mind. Haven't watched Star Trek for a few days. I should rectify that.
Let's pick an episode. No, let's do a random selectotron for Rashid. Let's make a decision for him.
So one of us pick a a series, one pick a season, and one pick an episode.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to start and go clockwise?
Carl, you start with the series.
Okay. I'm assuming we're not going there.
No.
Well, we're not going to go to Discovery, obviously.
No. Just checking. In that case, I'm going to go with Enterprise.
Ooh, okay. Which season, James?
3.
It's got to be. I can't say the name of the episode. It's got to be the one where you find out T'Pol's been looking after Archer in his old age, though, because that one gets me. That gets me every time, and he's got Alzheimer's, and it's just the temporal equivalent of Alzheimer's.
And anyone who's ever dealt with a relative with Alzheimer's will know just how difficult that is.
And it just, for me, more than anything else, her loyalty to him, not just as her captain, but obviously she romantically was interested in him as well. It's just absolutely incredible. And I think that displayed on every level what Star Trek is about, that episode. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me the name of the episode. I wish I could remember the name of it, but I think that's probably my favourite episode of Enterprise. But yeah. So that's what you're watching, Rashid. You're watching season 3 of Enterprise, the episode where they get hit by a temporal weapon and you get to see a different...
I'll look it up on my phone. Let me do that for you now.
Where T'Pol cares for him as he gets older. Because it's absolutely amazing.
Don't they settle on SETI Alpha 5?
I think it might be, actually. I'm not sure. Hey,
this was SETI Alpha 6.
Oh, no! Second season is excellent. It's all excellent. Stotching the voyage home, marvelous. Carl is the DBS. I don't understand that, I'm afraid.
Twilight, season 3. Yeah, there you go.
Twilight. So
not to be confused with the very poor vampire genre films.
Oh God, no.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one, Rashid. You better narrow it down from that description, I'm sure.
And, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's a fine episode. It really is. There's certain episodes I always go back to. Normally, if I'm a bit drunk, like in a bad mood. But there's a couple of Voyager ones normally. Like if I'm feeling a bit down, or I need to have maybe something close to an emotion, like I'll watch Iborg, or there's certain episodes that just help me through when I'm feeling a bit blue and down. There's like go-to episodes, if you know what I mean.
What's the one where Tuvok keeps murdering Neelix? That's a good one.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
That'll cheer anyone up. That.
I quite like that Discovery one where they eat Saru. That always cheers me up. Right. Oh, I've got a question in the comments here.
Oh,
hello, Emma. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey. Oh, we've got a good, 16 minutes yet.
What are your lads' best Star Trek? Richard, Carl, or James? Best Star Trek.
What does that even mean?
Well, he's asking what our favourite Star Trek is. Like, what Star Trek do we enjoy the most? For me, it's very subjective, depending on mood, time, place.
Absolutely.
But I think,
and then it's always Next Generation, obviously.
Well, yeah, you've got to say that the best, my favourite series, of course, is The Next Generation. I always come back to it. Yeah, it's Lower Decks.
So favourite, Next Generation. Best series, Next Generation. Best stories, Next Generation. Best characters, Next Generation.
Yeah.
Best ships, Next Generation.
Best episode, Lower Decks, Next Generation. It's just it's Next Generation. You might have a different opinion that's wrong, but
I
we're
mean,
experts
some
in
of
this
you
field.
think Discovery isn't the worst series ever made.
What, in the history of television ever?
Yeah.
Well, there's been worse TV series made than that.
Oh, did I send you that link to those AI versions of Crossroads this week?
Yes, I didn't open them, James.
I'm old enough to remember Crossroads. Oh, dear. A soap opera set in a sleazy motorway service station hotel. But when you add in things like cakes falling from the ceiling and a flood and someone being chased by
I
a
didn't
monster,
open it. I didn't open it, presuming it was probably even worse than the AI-generated country next generation bullshit I've been seeing circulating online. Which bores me to fucking tears.
Some of those are very good. You should do them in your band.
None of them are any good. All this AI-generated crap is nonsense. I really don't like it one
I mean,
bit.
someday people are going to realise this entire show is AI generated.
But until then,
Steady now.
Only one of us is actually real, and I'm not sure which one.
We are in a simulation. That is literally what the waveform, the light photons do. That's what they do when you look at them. Seriously, that's how they reckon we're in a simulation, because they go "Ooh," when you look at them, and when you look at them, they do different things. It's quite anyway. Crossroads is not just an Eric Clapton album; it's a fantastic guitar festival they hold every year, and oh my god, it's always worth a watch because it's outstanding. I think they do it every year. So
dear.
Alan's the DB, the Dogs, Bolarks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the next generation. Yeah.
Quite right.
Here's the thing. When the next generation finished, we got Deep Space Nine and we got Voyager. And then at the time, and bear in mind, at the time, we were all pissed off we got Enterprise because we all wanted to see the continuation of the golden age of Trek. So we had the arsehole about Enterprise. Recently, we finally got the continuation of Next Generation Picard. It's going to be difficult to do, but put yourself back to the last episode of Voyager, which was the last episode of the Golden Age. If Picard had come out then, would you have been satisfied as a continuation of the Golden Era? Would that have satisfied what you kind of... I guess where you saw the Federation would be, where the characters would be, where they'd all be going? Would you have been... I mean, I get now they had to probably make it a bit more dystopian, a bit harsher, but back then, would that have been a satisfying conclusion, the last 3 seasons of... or the 3 seasons of Picard?
Well, that's a toughie, isn't it? Because we're meant to be so much further down the road from where we were in Picard. Everybody has moved on. They're decades on.
But that's the continuation we've got. So that,
it fits with the timeline that it was 30 years after TNG finished.
Well, we've got a big gap that was covered in Picard about what happened to Picard and the whole not helping evacuate Romulus and all that. So we know things that happened. But I mean, yeah. So I mean, Ruth is a proper fan of Voyager, especially. No, not happy with it. Back then, I think the fans would have hated it. So so this is what I'm getting to, James. Back then, the fans would have hated it. It's like, were we so desperate for it that perhaps we judged Picard a bit too nicely? This is what I'm getting at. This is why I'm going with this conversation. Do you think we gave it a bit too much leeway? It wasn't really what any of us wanted, was it? Can we honestly say, like, are any episodes of Picard a classic Trek? Any of them?
Well, when we get the Enterprise D back, absolutely they are.
I mean, we picked out a standout episode from Enterprise, and there are many from Enterprise. I'm struggling to pick out a standout episode of.
Oh
Picard.
boy!
I'm struggling to pick out a standout episode from Picard. I'm afraid there's not. I can't see myself coming back from the pub and not being able to sleep, and after I finished a pool match and putting on a bit
Well,
of
if
Star
you
Trek.
can't sleep, watch Discovery.
Well, no, but that's when I come back from the pub after a pool match, if it's run late, the family's already all in bed. That I can't see. That's what I tend to do. I put on a bit of Star Trek, and I just can't see myself putting on an episode of Picard, like any episode. Voyager, yep. Enterprise, yep. Next Generation, yep. Probably not so much DS9 because not many standout individual episodes, but I just can't think of any episode of Picard I would put on. I just would happily rewatch. And I think maybe it got a lot more hurrah because we were desperate for it rather than what we got. Prove me wrong.
It's a fair point.
Maybe have to do a rewatch to see if any of them do stand out. Because I suppose the other thing is with a lot of the Golden Era stuff, we have watched it so many times. Whereas I personally haven't really watched Picard more than once all the way through.
I mean, is there a reason for that though, Carl?
Well, maybe it's going back and watching it to find out. If I watch it again and I'm fairly,
Have you rewatched much Strange New Worlds?
I have, yes.
So have I. Yeah, I've rewatched quite a few. I wouldn't say there's any standout episodes. I'd go, oh, I love that episode. I'll watch that one again. But I'll do a series binge on it. I've not rewatched any Picard at all. Nothing's motivated me to do it.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. I'm not saying it's bad.
Well, if we could have any other legacy characters back, and there's still talk of Star Trek Legacy is what we all want, who do you want back, Richard? Who? How? Where? When? Why?
Who would be my favourite characters to bring back?
Yeah, so, I mean, I know Star Trek Neelix has already been greenlit for 17 seasons, but let's put that aside.
It can't happen because the actor's passed and they wouldn't do it. But genuinely, I think there have been some miles in seeing Nog and what he did. I think that would have been
Star
quite
Trek
good.
Nog.
Yeah. I think him maybe not as a series lead, but based upon misfits, like a bit like they tried to do with Lower Decks, but I didn't like that. But a proper kind
You
of.
hated it.
Well, I think Starfleet Academy. I mean, I know the version of Starfleet Academy isn't the one we want because it's not in Golden Age. It's set in the crap timeline. But wouldn't a Golden Age track with Nog at the Academy as an instructor, being that weird kind of professor that's helping the misfits get through stuff, wouldn't that be
You're
brilliant?
thinking of it a bit like Top Gun Maverick, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit. I think he was such a good actor. He was underused at first, but he got very good. The character was brilliant. And his
I
struggling.
wasn't expecting an invitation back, sir. We call them orders, Nog.
Yeah, but his character and the way that he fit in or managed to fit in with the Federation because they were open and inclusive, I think he would have been perfect for Starfleet Academy in the Golden Era, as would many other characters as well. That's when we wanted. Data would have been perfect for it. Mars O'Brien, we already know he went.
No.
That's where he went. He went to lecture at the Academy. I think. I think maybe not Nog led, but if you were to research a character, I'd love to see how Nog would have got on in his career in Starfleet and hopefully teaching the Academy and championing the misfits, the police academy, kind of people in the Academy. I think that would have been a wonderful thing to have done with him.
Many, many wonderful things.
Many. Yeah. We've been waffling, so let's jump back into the comments. So, James, back then, I think fans would have hated it. Yeah, I think they would have. Emma enjoyed the nostalgia. I think that was it. It was a nostalgia trip. Christoph says, as a whole pick, should not have happened. The only thing about it was the debridge and the possible continuation of Angels for Wesley 7 9. Picard for me, it's too much like Star Wars. Intention there just didn't work. Nepenthe was brilliant. I don't know which episode that is. You'll have to.
Isn't that the second season where Picard beams to Nepenthe, which is where Riker has his house?
Yeah, season 1, that one, I think.
Oh, season 1, yes, no, you are right.
Yeah.
And Riker's house has shield.
Yeah, and he makes pizza.
Picard is meant to be a binge watch. Well, then make it binge watchable like DS9.
I remember watching episodes of it at the SF ball and being able to watch it with a whole group of mates, and that was wonderful.
Neex's cooking show, yes. Constantly rewatch new episodes. Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting to, James. Is it specifically? Is this the way the culture is now? Is everything meant to be disposable? Make room for the new? I don't know.
And of course, we also have this issue that you don't have water cooler moments now, where everybody's watched the same episode at the same time overnight and then discusses it the following day, because you can stream whatever you want whenever you want.
I spoke to Ed Spearless, and he told us Picard season 3 wasn't a TNG season 8. The main storyline was Jack Crusher.
Well, with respect, Ed, you were wrong.
No, it wasn't. Nadim's rewatched Picard season 1, Disco season 1, 4, Strange New Worlds one episode, but not Lower Decks so far. Yeah, I've not rewatched. I tell a lie. I started to try and rewatch Picard and didn't get anywhere. I think I stopped off there.
I'm a Prodigy. I'm really struggling to drag my way through that because it got really.
Dragged my way through Prodigy. Yeah, that was hard work. I've not finished watching Lower Decks. I probably never will. But yeah, I'm not going to ever flick on the TV and go, oh, do you know what? That episode of Picard, that was a good one. I'd love to watch that. That one hit me in the fucking feels. I'd love to see that episode again. Not a single one. Not a single one.
Not even the one where, for no good reason, he becomes turned into a robot.
I don't recall that one. I did like the one where he gets run over by the car. That's bad. There are 2 lights. That's quite good.
Yes.
Anyway, that's probably quite enough about Star Trek tonight.
We don't have any massive choppers to look at this week, I'm afraid.
No.
Helicopter. I got the BGC.
But do watch out for our spin-off show, Massive Choppers, coming soon.
Yeah, we've just got to find some stunt doubles. Your closing thoughts for this week, Carl?
Pick a damn good episode. Put yourself, just following on from everything we've said, pick a damn good episode that you thoroughly enjoy. Put yourself in the perfect setting to watch it, and just go ahead and lose yourself to it.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Not really possible if you have a wife and children around, though, is it?
Depends on what time of the morning you're willing to stay up till.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try and rewatch some Picard. Maybe I'll rewatch there were some funny lines from Picard, like "We shall make it a threesome." Do you even hear yourself? There are some bits.
But again, that was season 3.
Yeah, there are some bits. So I think we'll take Carl's advice. Any closing thoughts from you, James?
No, just whatever you do, Just try and be nice.
I think for now, look after yourselves and each other.
Don't have nightmares.